What I have come to realize is I don't want to drag people kicking and screaming to their destiny. I know a better way. Let's unleash your essence to your best future self. So, who I try to work with are conscious leaning people who maybe they have that yearning inside, but they know there's more capability. They're not saying, no, it's black and white, it's my way or the highway. They're folks who are seeking something more, that they think and believe and hope that their people can evolve to the next level. They might not know exactly how to make that happen. So I don't try to convert everyone. I work with those who are on the path and are seeking more.
This is True Voice Unfiltered, the podcast where raw truth meets real transformation. I'm your host, Daria Ann, ghostwriter, content strategist, and holistic health warrior. No, I'm not a doctor, nurse, nutritionist, or any kind of medical professional, and this show does not dispense medical advice. I'm just an informed patient sharing what I've learned on my own healing journey. I also interview accomplished authors, speakers, entrepreneurs, and functional medicine practitioners who are transforming lives. If you're ready to break free from the sick care system, reclaim your health, and transform your life, you're in the right place. Let's get unfiltered. Hi, and welcome to episode 55 of True Voice Unfiltered. Today's episode is a special one for me because I get to interview one of my editing clients, Janet Macaluso, about her new book, Beyond Business as Usual: 5 Myths, Stalling Team Growth, and How Regenerative Leadership Builds Capacity, Not Dependency. This is a fabulous book. It is so different from any other business or leadership book out there, and I cannot wait to bring Janet on to talk about it. But I want to tell you a little bit about Janet first. Janet says, I help leaders, teams, and change makers gain insight to elevate and innovate. We create a space to develop new thinking processes and practices with my proprietary technology to break automatic, outdated habits, design new patterns and new worlds, eliminate energy-draining waste, design transformational change, diagnose challenges, conflicts, mysteries, and messes, deliver exceptional systemic results. As a previous executive of leadership, learning, and organization design functions, I've invested decades learning what works and what doesn't, so you won't have to. My deep and broad experience includes a master's in education from Harvard, an MS in organization development from Pepperdine, organization design advanced certificate from the University of Southern California, Brains, top 500 in 2021 and 2022, certified high performance coach, certified tiny habits coach, certified immunity to change facilitator. I have to ask her about that one. Certified professional retirement coach, certified search inside yourself facilitator, certified energy leadership master practitioner, certified heart math facilitator. I love that. I love heart math. If you've never heard of heart math, we're going to talk about that today, but I also recommend that you go to their website, and I'll put all of that in the show description. So Janet says, I've reinvented my traditional follow the guru textbook approach and replaced it with a unique technology that combines modern science and ancient wisdom. I learned it from my late mentor, Carol Sanford, and now I can't unsee what I see. It's a conscious building methodology because there's no playbook or textbook to navigate constant change and flux. And more than half of it has to do with our state of being rather than the stuff we're doing. And as someone who spent a lot of time in the corporate world, I love Janet's new methodology because if you're anything like me, and if you've been in the corporate world, I'm sure you've been to many training sessions and retreats and things like that. And for a while, you come back to your regular job and you're really motivated, and then everything kind of falls by the wayside. Nothing really sticks. And we're going to talk to Janet about why that is today and why her methodology is the way to go in the 21st century. So without further delay, please help me welcome Janet Macaluso to True Voice Unfiltered.
I went to school and followed the traditional path, went to college and then 2 master's degrees, and spent 27 years inside global organizations. But I was, for 15 years, in charge of leadership, organization development, organization design, learning, talent management under the CHRO in HR. And I learned from the gurus, and I felt really excited that I had this opportunity to learn from them. Then I met my mentor, who is now passed, Carol Sanford, who had written maybe about 8 books before she passed a year and a half ago. She changed my worldview, and it's like I could not unsee and go back to the old way of doing things. So I followed the gurus, the experts, the best practices. And what Carol did, not by lecturing me and telling me the answers. If she did that, she would have been another guru. What she did was created and designed exercises and said, you self-assess your own work or your own conversation or your own projects through this framework. Self-assess with ruthless rigor, and you come up with your answer. And that's very much a self-authoring approach versus the socialized mind follows the tribe. They follow the footprints of the culture, the best practices, the school of one way, and this is the way. And what Carol did was say, follow yourself, build deep discernment, distinction, precision, create your own premises based on your own concrete lived experience versus the generic kind of copy paste best practices that I followed. And they weren't completely wrong. It's just that they worked in that context, but not in my unique context. Yeah. I changed my approach, and that's why I wrote the book.